Wilson?
Yes.
Mine is Sims. I think you're expecting me.
Indeed we are, Mr. Sims. And I might add that we're quite prepared to handle a company as large as your Eastern Beef.
Good.
If you'll step into my office, we can discuss your plans more comfortably.
Thank you.
George, take care of those, please.
Actually, there's very little to talk about. When those cattle start coming through here, there'll be a lot of records that'll have to be kept. Practically all of our business will have to be handled right here at the bank.
Of course, of course.
You may need to hire some additional personnel.
We're training some now.
Fine, fine. Well, I've had a long stagecoach ride. I think I'll run over to the hotel, wash up, and take a little nap. Can you and your wife join me for supper?
Why, sir, we'd be delighted.
Good. I'll see you then. Oh, I almost forgot these. Just some company records. Would you put them in safekeeping?
Be glad to.
Well, Mr. Wilson, there's just one more thing about these saddlebags.
Yes?
Fill them.
From out of the West, Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater. The night star, Dick Powell.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. You've been a big help. I'll be seeing you.
I hope so, sir.
Mr. Wilson? Move.
Oh, I gotta hand it to you, Brenner. Slick as a whistle.
Why'd you shoot that clerk?
Well, he got a pretty good look at you.
I told you I didn't want any killings.
So I forgot.
Well, don't forget anymore. But remember, as long as I'm around, I want no more killings. And bringing that kid along, you must have been out of your mind.
Didn't I do all right, Mr. Brenner?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, you can bet they got a posse coming after us. We better move.
Well, we can't chance heading south. They probably telegraphed ahead. River's too fast. That leaves us only one choice, the desert.
Desert? Well, we kill these horses out there trying to outrun a posse. Besides, we got no food and water.
Now, look, Doyle, you located the money, but you had to call me in to work it out. So I'll figure it all the way, right down until we split.
If something as important as this, I say we put it to a vote.
All right, vote.
What do you say, Sandy? The desert. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I just think Mr. Brenner knows what's best.
Well, we'll cross the desert in a couple of days and into the mountains, and all the U.S. Marshals in Fort Carson couldn't dig us out. Let's go.
They ain't so smart. They're gonna run face-up into that posse from Las Cruces. They keep going that direction.
No other way to go. They ain't gonna try crossing the river this time of year.
Well, they ain't about to cross that desert.
Maybe. Maybe they'd like us to think so.
Hello.
Howdy. Say, them horses look like they're about done in. If you want to water and feed them, you're welcome.
Thanks. We'll do that.
You fellas going far?
Far enough. Unsaddle horses, pick out 3 fresh ones.
Huh?
Take them in the shack and tie them up.
What?
Some friends of ours will be along a little while. They'll turn you loose.
Let's go.
There's plenty of food and water for us in there. Doyle, I'm going to blow up the well. Don't come out till you hear the blast. Sandy, get that bridle off and punish yourself son to get high behind. Take it up. Pick up those 3 horses.
What'd you do that for?
Well, they'll have a rough time following us without any water. Open the gate, Doyle. All right, out of there. Come on. Well, that'll give that posse some trails to follow. Let's saddle up.
So they wouldn't head for the desert. Now we got no water here.
What'll we do now?
There's only one thing to do. Got you and Fred head for town, get water and grub. Meet us at Salt Well. This looks more and more like Brenner's work, all right. It beats me, though. He usually rides alone.
I'm positive it was him, but he wasn't the one that killed the clerk.
He'll hang with the others.
We'll rest the horses here.
Think maybe they picked up our trail?
With any luck, they didn't.
Seems to me like you depend on luck. I say we move on.
If we don't rest the horses now, they won't be any good to us when it counts. Sandy, get up on the hill and keep an eye out.
You bet, Mr. Brenner.
You, Doyle, get a fire started. I'll take care of the horses.
You bet, Mr. Brenner.
Want a drink? I said you want a drink. It won't do any harm to do a little celebrating. We're all rich, ain't we? Hey, what's the matter with you, anyway? You still riled up about that bank clerk?
That was a senseless murder, and you know it.
Murder? They should have known better. Should have stayed put.
We made a deal before this job.
Oh, Lily White Brenner. Hands as clean as a baby's.
Now, you won't understand this, but I want to tell you something.
You ain't no saint, Brenner. Don't you go preaching to me.
I know what I am, and I'm not proud of it. I've always taken what I wanted, and I suppose I always will. But I never killed a man. Never.
I say it was just plain bad luck.
Well, you keep pushing your bad luck with bullets, and you're going to wind up dead.
Well, my gun ain't luck. Good or bad. It's something I'm sure of. I figure that them that don't use them, well, maybe they ain't able.
Go ahead and tell Sandy to come down and get a cup of coffee.
Sure, boss.
And you better lay off that stuff. It'll dry your insides out. Starting tomorrow morning, I'm going to ration the water.
Well, sure, boss. Anything you say.
Pour yourself some coffee.
Yeah, thanks.
Tell me something. Why did you tie in with him?
Oh, I don't know. But I didn't make up my mind for sure, though, till he told me you was coming in with us. Your name's known all over, Mr. Brenner.
Well, that's usually the case when you're wanted all over. You ever notice how different the desert is at night, Sandy?
Kind of peaceful, ain't it?
Yeah, that's funny. He could beat you like a whip, soothe you like the touch of a woman. The Indians have a saying that no man is ever quite the same after he crosses the desert. He either takes something from it or leaves something behind.
Mr. Brenner, you think we're gonna make it?
Yeah, we'll make it. Where's your home, boy?
It's about 100 miles north of here. Just a farm. I live there with my ma. We worked it since Pa died.
Just a farm, huh? Why'd you leave?
Oh, I had to get out. I was tired of digging and hoeing, planting. I had to get away for a while. I just wanted to ride and keep on riding. See new places, new people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. You going back?
Well, I'm always pretty upset about me leaving so sudden. So, I promised her I'd only be gone a month. I can't just go off and leave her for good. She needs me there on the farm.
You know, I left the farm when I was about your age. I was restless, too. I was a great deal like you. Felt I had to pull up stakes and move out. I kept moving until one place looked just like another, and then when I got tired and wanted to settle down, it was too late. If I was you, that's where I'd head. Right back to that farm.
You get back up on that hill, kid, or that posse's gonna come and get you.
He's drunk, Mr. Brenner.
Well, now, ain't he smart, though? Why, he don't miss a thing, does he?
Maybe you better get back up there, Sandy. Why don't you get some rest? We'll be moving out soon.
Now, listen, Brenner. I'm sick of taking orders off of you. You know, I've been thinking, boss, the great Mike Brenner never killed a man. You know what I've been thinking? You ain't got the guts.
You get a lot of big talk from that bottle.
I think you're gutless.
All right, Doyle, I'll go for your gun. Go ahead. Like you said, you know I don't use a gun. Maybe I don't know how. Well, what's the matter? Can't you be sure? Now, you keep your hand off that gun around me.
I'm gonna kill you, Brenner. I don't know how. And you're never gonna know when, but I'm gonna kill you.
Mr. Brenner, you better come up here. I think I see something.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I sure picked up our trail in a hurry.
How far off do you think they are?
Well, not far enough. Come on, let's ride.
Find some shade and rest a while.
You find the shade, I'll be glad to. this place is good as any. Get off, rest the horse, and give them a little water, not too much. These poor fellows are awfully tired.
Bet they never had such a rough ride.
At least they don't have much further to go.
Is that where we're headed?
Yep. That's the beginning of it. As soon as we reach there, the chances of losing that posse are pretty good.
It looks nice and cool from here.
Yeah, sure is.
They're coming!
Well, how close are they?
Close enough. Probably about an hour back.
Mr. Brenner, we can't rest now.
That's right. Posse's probably got itchy ropes. What size you wear, Sonny?
All right, Doyle. Don't worry, Sonny, we'll make it.
Yeah, it looks like we might at that.
You think they know who we are?
Well, they probably placed Doyle and me by now, but I don't think they know you.
Well, that stock turned at the relay station got a good look at all of us.
Yeah, well, that's the last look he got at anything. He's just an old man.
Get off your horse.
All right. Let me tell you something, Brenner. You ain't slapped me around anymore. I had my belly full of you in this whole setup. And we split here. I want my money now.
Leave it alone.
All right. I guess you're still boss.
You had to do it, Mr. Brenner. He'd have killed you. Well, he had it coming. Now we'll have a bigger split.
I thought you were going back to the farm, back to your ma.
She'll have to wait. Look, we don't need Doyle. We never did. You and me can handle anything.
Can we?
Well, sure we can. Look how we pulled this last job off. Next time we'll go for something really big.
Get on your horse and get out of here.
Oh, you don't expect me to ride out on you just because things is getting a little tough. We're partners.
What makes you think I need a partner? What do I need a wet-nosed sodbuster like you? Now ride out of here.
What about my split of the money?
That's your split. I only split things one way, my way.
And I thought I wanted to be like you.
Well, smarten up, Sonny. You'll have to wind up like Doyle.
The great Mike Brenner. Never kills anybody, except his friend.
That's another thing you gotta learn. You can't afford friends.
Well, maybe I never had much money. But one thing I could always afford was friends.
Where, in the barnyard? Well, that's where you belong. Now ride out of here, dirt farmer.
I may be a farmer, Mr. Brenner, but you're the dirt.
Hi, Mike. Ed. You sure made our job easy.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, a couple of my friends had a little argument.
Young fella, huh? Who was he?
I never got his full name, Jim something. Just a farm boy, first time out.
Buried him kind of quick, didn't you?
I got a weak stomach.
I never figured you and a man like Doyle.
Neither did he.
There was three of you. Where's the other horse?
Well, when the shooting started, one of them spooked and ran away.
Why didn't you try to run?
Where to?
We gonna dig up this grave? Check it?
No need for that. Look at that fellow on his horse.
Bud, Duke, give me a hand.
Well, the wind will be coming up soon. Be a little cooler riding back.
Kid like that, guess he never had a chance.
Well, they never do.
Too bad somebody don't give him a helping hand before it's too late.
Yeah.
Wilson?
Yes.
Mine is Sims. I think you're expecting.
Indeed we are, Mr. Sims. And I might add that we're quite prepared to handle a company as large as your Eastern Beef.
Good.
If you'll step into my office, we can discuss your plans more comfortably.
Thank you.
George, take care of those, please.
Actually, there's very little to talk about. When those cattle start coming through here, there'll be a lot of records that'll have to be kept. Practically all of our business will have to be handled right here at the bank.
Of course, of course.
You may need to hire some additional personnel.
We're training some now.
Fine, fine. Well, I've had a long stagecoach ride. I think I'll run over to the hotel, wash up, and take a little nap. Can you and your wife join me for supper?
Why, sir, we'd be delighted.
Good. I'll see you then. Oh, I almost forgot these. Just some company records. Would you put them in safekeeping?
Be glad to.
Well, Mr. Wilson, there's just one more thing about these saddlebags.
Yes?
So,
From out of the West, Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater. Tonight's star, Dick Powell.
thank you, Mr. Wilson. You've been a big help. I'll be seeing you.
I hope so, sir. Mr. Wilson?
Move.